My name is Glyn Stocker and I'm the Development Policy Manager for the City of Lincoln Council. Lincoln is undergoing a lot of change at the moment, as all of you will be aware. The better the information that we have on the processes underlying that change, and the better the Council is in a position to manage that change. Open space, green space, leisure and nature, these all feature very prominently in all of our consultations, whether that be the development plan or the community plan or leisure provision. And so these are matters which the community value and the City Council values them too. We are in a process of updating our various aspects of our leisure strategy, including our development plan. And we want to start from an assessment of what the community thinks is important to the community. We've had the help and advice of a government organisation called Space, and together we agreed to follow a place check approach, which is really a community survey by individual members of the community of what those members think most important to the particular neighbourhood or issue under study, in this case a leisure study. The place check has now been completed and we're now in a process of using it. Lincoln has very effective policies in place already to protect open space from development, and we invest a lot of resources into the management and provision of leisure and green space within the city, and we want to spend those resources wisely and update those policies to the best effect. The place check is a valuable tool in helping us to inform that judgment. Our overall aim is to improve the health and well-being of the people in Lincoln, and open space has a very valuable role to play in delivering that aim. We're conscious we've had a lot of help during that process from individual members of the community, both in the survey and in the analysis of the results, and that is essential to the success of the place check. The Council is very grateful to all of you for that activity, because without your help we would have had to use a different approach.
Hello, my name is Jeannie Bain. I'm project leader of LCDP, which is a community development organisation. We have been asked by the City Council to undertake the open space audit on their behalf, and we are leading this project with the Volunteer Bureau and Urban Challenge. This has proved to be a much bigger task than I think we ever thought it would be. We believe, because we are a community development organisation, that local people should be involved in anything that is happening in their community. And we also know that people are very, very passionate about green and open spaces in the city. So we thought that we would involve as many people who wanted to take part in it in completing this audit.
There are around 190 open spaces in Lincoln, and when we first got the project to do it, we thought it would be really great to involve volunteers, because 2005 was the UK Year of the Volunteer. So we engaged around 120 volunteers from all sorts of areas in Lincoln to do the open space auditing for us and to carry out the research.
Yeah. As you can see, we have two bowling greens here. One of them is in use. Unfortunately, the council don't maintain either of them now. It's left to the club to maintain them. If people want to use it, they have to bring their own equipment. There are no bowls here to hire, which is a great shame, because as you can see, the two greens here are really good. Over there we have the lawn tennis and the hardcourt tennis court. Unfortunately, the same applies there. There are no balls for hire, there are no tennis rackets to hire. So people have to virtually have their own. They can't just come along and try a sport because the equipment's not available for them anymore. Yeah, the reason for visiting? Birthday party?
Family birthday party.
That'll do. What do you like about the West Common?
Space. It's well maintained, it's safe for children.
Street selling.
Amenities. Yeah, all the amenities. Yeah. Oh, there isn't anything I don't like about it, really.
Anything you can think will make it better?
Barbecue stands.
Good thinking.
Picnic bench.
Picnic bench. Excellent, excellent. What do you like about the site?
Its uniqueness.
That'll do, that's good.
You can live in town but have the country on your doorstep. Plus being able to keep a horse at a very, very low cost. So it lets us working classes in on the horsey scene.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't you write that down?
No, I can't do shorthand.
I don't like how the council maintain it. I don't think they do enough to the fencing in particular. It's very old, rotting in places, and it doesn't take much knocking down. And being as there's roads all around the common, I'm very, very worried that the horses are going to get off, which they often do, and cause an accident and kill somebody, basically. Especially the fencing at the top there.
Yeah.
It's about half the size it should be. British Horse Society say that it should be.
Yeah.
And
if you look along here, you'll see there is a narrow track. These aren't actually done by people. These are the horse tracks as they move from one area of the common to the next. You'll see them walking along here, always in single file, always sticking to the path, and then they will stop and start to graze. And they graze different parts of the common at different parts of the day. And in the winter, this is their winter grazing. As you look around here now, this is their winter grazing. Bird life, at the moment we have flocks of goldfinches feeding off the thistles that haven't been topped. There are hundreds of those going around. Birds of prey, we have plenty. We see kestrels, sparrowhawks. There has been a pair of peregrine falcons nesting nearby, and we've seen kites and rumoured of a buzzard, although I didn't personally see that one. On the ground, as far as mammals are concerned, there's plenty of rabbits, foxes. I believe there's a badger. I've been told there's a badger, but again I haven't seen it. And also deer in case of being spotted. There's a small muntjac deer. They are occasionally seen on here. Yeah. And what would you think would make it better?
Oh, it's a difficult one. Probably a bit better management of the pond area and stuff like that. It's a bit sad these days.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think you want to over-manage the place, but I think that does look a bit...
I think you're absolutely right. I think you just hit the nail on the head there.
Right,
Yeah.
George?
As you can see, we're on part of the Carholm Golf Course, which is on both sides of the common, totally excluding all other activities on the other side. But as you can see on here, and as you look around at the width of the fairways, they're twice the width that they are on the other side. Maybe it's time that the council started talking to people and getting these fairways reduced. They are taking up far too much of the land for a sport that is socially exclusive to everybody else using the land. As you can see, standing here at the tee, you can see how much encroachment has occurred on the common, and it continues right down the bottom and around the corner. The two down struts have been removed off here. Why, I don't know. But essentially, it's very dangerous now because the smaller ponies, like the Shetlands and the little native ponies that live on here, can easily get out of here onto the racecourse and from there out onto the road. Over the last few years, we've had two horses that have actually been hit by lorries and cars on the main road here and been killed.
Well, just recently, it's all the, I suppose, all the gangs of people on here are drinking and abusing the common, really, leaving all their rubbish behind.
Yeah, big problem.
Setting fires to the cricket pitch and.
What do you think will make it better?
Well, I suppose more surveillance around the area.
Common warden?
Common warden, yes, yeah. I know we've got the urban ranger, but I mean they can't be everywhere, can they? So,
Well, no, that's the problem, isn't it?
yeah.
This is the site of what was a beautiful wooden cricket pavilion. Unfortunately, it got burnt down by vandals about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's never been replaced, and it doesn't like it's ever going to.
My name is Paul Eric. I play for the Strugglers Cricket Club here down at the Common here. We haven't had a changing facility now for several years. The council's made no attempt to put one up again, so we're having to get changed in the bowls facility and take our equipment down to the cricket club. There's no facility that's been put up on St Brawn Barracks, so therefore there'll be no cricket team up there again soon. So we want something done about it, please.
As you see, the issue with this gate is that it's not child friendly. The slope as you come into the gate is very steep, it's uneven, it's not friendly for wheelchairs, it's not friendly for pushchairs. Children do slip over on this in the winter, so hopefully when the renewal of this area is done, this gate will be gone. Now, as you can see, there's beer cans, empty cigarette packets, where youths or whatever have been using the park late evening, drinking, antisocial behaviour, a common complaint from residents. As we see, dog excrement, which is all over the park, not enough dog bins, poo bins to put it in, not enough people that are willing to pick it up, more fines needed for people that don't pick it up. As you can see, this is a play area situated within the Abbey. It's a newly refurbished play area with soft ground on the perimeter. The swings are missing, which is due to vandalism. The roundabout is missing due to vandalism, but the rest is up and working and the children love it. This is one of the lower entrances to the park, no gate on it at all. As you can see from the ground, it's not accessible to wheelchairs, to any form of wheels at all. It's very uneven. This gate is actually opposite the railway crossing, which is where children could actually get out and get onto the railway. Not safe at all. This is the children's ball park. It's concrete, the fencing around it is falling apart, it's got graffiti on it. It is up for revamp, and the children at Monks Abbey School have been involved in the fencing, the colour that they would like, etc. to go round the perimeter. Hopefully, if the children have been involved in the planning, they'll look after what they've got when it's been done. A gate that isn't a gate that's just a frame, no inner at all, not safe. Children can get through here, dogs can run onto the park where they can leave their mark behind, shall we say. Gate doesn't actually work. This is supposed to be an entrance for the vehicles to cut the grass, etc. Doesn't work at all, need a new one. This is the Abbey Bowls Club area where obviously they play bowls. Recently had a grant, I believe it was a community chess grant, to renew the fencing around it. This Abbey Bowls area was hit with vandalism on numerous occasions. The roof to the pavilion was broken into, the actual green itself was dug up. It's now safe and secure behind a lovely fence. The women of the club take charge of the gardening around the perimeter. It's lovely, it's planted out. They look after this area and make it very welcoming. This is the main front gate to the park from Monks Road. It's locked, it's padlocked. Don't know where the key is, don't know who has the key, but people have to climb over to get in. They can't get in accessing the gate. And this is the main focal gate to the park. Hopefully when it's renewed we'll have a nice new big gate that's open, welcoming to everybody. Right, these are the Abbey ruins. These what give the name to this park really, and it's the ruins of St Mary Magdalene's Priory Cell. It's a Benedictine Abbey ruin. Got heaps of history, which I feel should be within the site so that people know what these Abbey ruins are. There's fencing around them at the moment to protect them. The talk at the moment is whether the railings should come down or stay up, whether the ruins should be lit or not lit. I think they're going towards the way of lighting them, which would look lovely, I feel, but whether the railings should come down or not is still a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, shall we say. But I think they're swaying towards taking the railings down, because they feel once the children have actually climbed on them, they won't want to do it again. But railings can always go back up if they start being ruined. Having looked around the park, you can see that there are quite a lot of areas that need revamping. We need to make this a park that's welcoming to the whole of the community. I'm sure that once all the work's completed on it, we'll have a park that anybody would love to come and visit. At the moment, looking a little bit untidy, shall we say.
Since this feature was filmed, an action plan has been designed for the revamp of Monks Abbey Park.
I'm Joan Jeffries, volunteer of this open space audit, and I'd like to just discuss the differences that happened here during my time here. I came first in 1993, and it was beautifully kept, the trees and everything, and we had far more facilities for all ages of children. Do you remember we had swings? How many did we have? 4? 3, 4?
4 or 5.
Yes.
Yeah. And a slide.
Then we had a big slide there from the top, which brought it faster for the older ones, say the 9-10s. We had a roundabout there.
Yeah.
And behind that we had a rocking horse.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think they took the roundabout out because it was rather bashed around a bit.
Yeah.
And they put the rocking horse in. And then this was for the smaller children, the slide, which is the only thing that's actually stayed here out of the original one in 1993. Now, this is where you're going to have fun. What would you like? What would you do to make it better? Come on, all the things you'd like to do.
Put more play equipment.
What's that?
Swings.
You want swings, yes. We used to have swings, you know. Roundabout, yes, we used to have that. A bigger slide, a jungle gym, like a skateboard.
What the survey wants to know is how far you live from the site, how to get here, is it easy to get here, what do you like about the site, what don't you like about the site, and how do you think it can be improved. So what we want to know also is what you like about the site itself. Can I ask you, Peter, to start?
It's all right, nice down here. Pleasant.
It's pleasant, yeah.
Yeah, quiet.
It's quiet.
Nobody bothers you.
And you grow veg.
Grow veg.
Is the veg good?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Well, put his face in the photo.
Another photo?
Yeah.
What about you, Ray?
I like it down here. I've only been down here a year now.
Okay, so you're a newcomer.
I'm a newcomer down
okay.
here.
Fine.
So, yeah, we're quite new.
And do you find it the same sort of pleasant atmosphere down here?
Oh, I think it's great. The people's great down here.
People are nice.
Yeah,
does that include me as well?
If you, I say including you as well, yes. Including you as well.
What about you, Tom?
Same as what Grandad said there is.
This is your granddad, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice people down here and get on and have a laugh and
Oh, you have a
get
laugh.
some work done. And
Oh, it sounds like a social thing rather
yeah.
than a...
Well,
yeah.
it passes the time away when you come down, and as long as it's not raining.
As long as it's not raining. Well, sometimes...
You got to put up
Are
with
you,
that,
are you
Tom.
Bill, what do you think about what's good about it?
Do you want the truth?
Yeah, go on, tell me the truth.
Oh, it's great.
It's
It's
great.
rural.
Yeah, it's rural.
It's literally in the countryside.
Yeah.
Wildlife, birds, flowers.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
And we've been down here about 20 years.
You've been here 20 years? You dislike the site and what the City Council can maybe do about to improving the site. So can we start with the top one, which is the plus one? What do you like about here, Ben?
I personally like the... Well, it's so beautiful. It's open and the nice views, good ground. Everything grows well.
Yeah.
Good company.
Good company? Yeah. Well, Brian, that's right. That's the key for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a lovely setting down here. There's no doubt about it. On a day like today, it's wonderful to be able to come down and relax and work at the same time.
And talk about work.
One of the main concerns really is the lack of facilities for water. It's 100 metres from the hedge, the road, and it's a further 50 metres.
Is it 50 metres?
Yeah.
I know it's a long way.
Quite a long way if you're dumping water, isn't
That's
it?
right.
So you would like a standpipe on your allotment, or at least a bit nearer.
At the head of the allotment, that would be ideal.
Yeah. Okay, this is actually a good example of one or two plots on this particular site. This is number 33 in order, which is actually has a tenant. We don't know who the tenant is, but obviously the City Council will. But it generates an awful lot of nuisance problems for the people to the windward side of the allotment because of things like this and all of other sorts of things as well. And perennial items which brambles are encroaching to a vast degree, which are notoriously difficult to remove once they're there. And there's a few items like redundant tractors as well. Nobody seems to know who owns these things, but nevertheless they're there. And the trees beyond really shouldn't be there because it's an allotment site anyway. But if you leave a willow tree to generate over a few years, it will become quite big. And this obviously is very intrusive to the production of the site on the other side of the allotment. Okay, these are good examples of redundant spaces on the allotment really. This is an overgrown section full of brambles and also two sheds or garages or whatever. The point is that these are long since neglected and they are asbestos, which is a sort of notifiable subject really, substance really. We're looking at a row of runner beans really, but it's nice on a pleasant day like this, but in the winter months it's subject to flooding there to about a depth of a foot even in places. And also to the south of that area as well, it floods, and also where we came in on the north end of the site, it floods as well. Okay, this is an example of the dike. It's quite an extensive dike which runs on the east side of the allotment from one end to the other. Eventually sort of goes off towards the river Witham, but obviously from the shots on the camera you can see that it's been totally neglected over the years, and it is the responsible item for the flooding which occurs on certain parts of the allotment site, which is very frustrating again for the gardeners who use the site.
And could you tell me why you're here today?
Just for a talk really, I always come down here.
Talk to friends, is that
Yeah,
it? Friends. And why are you here today?
Just hanging out with my friends and that. Somewhere that everyone knows where to meet and get to shops.
Why have you come here today?
To meet and
Okay. What don't you like about this site?
not enough benches. Like you see people sitting on the floor side there, and sit on the walls and things.
Benches, people sit on walls. And why did you come here today? College. Okay. What don't you like about this area?
Pigeons. What's wrong with pigeons? They're everywhere. I love pigeons.
Okay, what don't you like about this site, this particular area? Too much rubbish. Too much rubbish. What do you think would make this area better?
Hang on a sec. More benches.
More benches.
Maybe more trees.
More trees. But what do you like about this particular site?
It's just somewhere to sit and chill out and talk, really.
And as you can see, City Square is absolutely full of people all occupying the benches, not just young people. So perhaps there is a need for more benches in this area.
How often do you visit? Daily, weekly, monthly, or less often?
Weekly at the moment. Weekly for the past 3 months because just lost my dad. Before that it'd be once a month. Once a month. Sometimes usually.
That's right. I know it's not an opinion, it's a graveyard, but is there anything you like about it? So?
I like the way the cathedral's up there overlooking it.
Don't you like about the site?
I don't like the way these old graves have got all weeds, full of weeds, and that. What's that yellowy stuff that grows? This yellow stuff, look.
Is it lichen? And a reason for visiting?
The wife. This is graves.
Have you been cleaning by the looks of
Yes,
it?
yes.
How often do you visit?
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Yeah, but do you find
They've put it up okay. You know, I think that they put it up okay. You know, it's as I say. I mean, you've got all of them or a lot of them that doesn't clean it up. But even so, the ones that does clean it up, they make a good job of it.
Yeah. Do you want a badge?
Please.
Would you like a badge, David? You don't want one, okay. Do you want one, Lorna?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, I'm going to have one as well. This is just so that anybody that wonders what we're doing, then we can show them that we're doing it officially.
All these questions?
Yeah, we can do it officially.
It's not the faulted part, but you get a lot of youths and things here in the evenings, and they create a lot of havoc and leave litter and.
Do you want to write youths or young people in the evening?
That's terrible, isn't it?
Get broken glass.
And then in the evening, broken glass. Have you written that? Litter. Drinks cans? Are they drinking?
Yeah, they do.
drink
Just
too
like,
much.
they drink.
Do you want to write drinking here? Do you want to write drinking?
Oh.
This vandalism go on, but
Not right.
you do occasionally get arson events.
What, little fires and fires?
Yeah, but you get lots of fakes.
Sometimes fires get lit. You obviously come here a lot with your dogs.
I do,
anyway.
yeah, I'm here all the time. So there's like this little social circle of people that come the whole year through and they get to know each other.
Yeah.
And a lot of the sort of catalyst for it is the dogs. They meet each other, chat, and then end up back there. We come here on a Christmas morning, there's about 17 of us.
Yeah.
Last year the cafe put on a spread, a buffet for us you know, some mince pies and things, and they come out on their own Christmas morning to do that and be part of that little.
It's good, isn't it?
That's really good.
That's what you should always do.
Yeah.
Don't.
So you've been coming here for quite a few years then?
For a long time.
No, what's he doing?
Do you want to take a photo of his dogs? They're lovely dogs, aren't they?
He's really got lovely dogs.
What sort of dogs are they?
What sort of breed?
Malamute, Alaskan Malamute cross. Alaskan sled dog cross.
I was going to say, they look a bit husky-ish.
Yeah, the little one's an Irish Terrier.
Yeah.
There should be more events on in summer. There was a teddy bear's picnic the other week.
Yeah.
What kind of events? You could probably do music
That'd be alright.
events.
Teddy bear's
It's quite
picnic,
good.
Martin. You can bring something to bring a teddy bear. No way.
Car park is not very good.
No way, Martin.
It's not big enough in the summer and
Not
it
for
gets
her,
all
it is.
flooded.
I'd like to thank everybody who's taken part in the open space survey. We have got a mass of invaluable information from the work that you have all done, and this will go to inform the open space strategy for the city, which will ensure that future generations in Lincoln have got the most wonderful open spaces for the future. Thank you.